Welcome to what we are affectionately referring to as hamburger steak sandwiches, inspired by the Pioneer Woman's husband's favorite sandwich. She uses cube steak for hers, onions, and I can't remember right offhand what she seasons it with, but we're going to use half a pound of ground beef, 1 onion, just sliced, and usually I would slice the green peppers, but I had these diced green peppers in the fridge, so we're going to go ahead and use those. Salt and pepper. We'll use a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and we'll finish with some A1 sauce. Okay, there's a little bit of olive oil in the pan, maybe like half a tablespoon. This generally goes pretty quickly, but we'll go ahead and add our ground beef, which is a half pound, and we'll add the onion and let that cook together. And normally I would add the green pepper as well, but I'm not this time around because they are smaller dice, they're just not the same size, so we'll add those in just a couple minutes as we get this going. So we'll go ahead and let these things cook together, and I'll slap a little lid on it because I like to steam the vegetables a little bit, keep some moisture in there. We'll go ahead and put a little bit of salt on to start, and we'll get this bad boy covered. Cover that up for just a minute. I'm going to work on breaking up your beef, kind of into smaller pieces while it cooks with the onions. This point we'll add a little bit of our Worcestershire sauce. I'm scared with that word, but maybe about a tablespoon. This back up and let it cook some more. Let this sit there just about another minute. You can see your onions are starting to get a little bit softer. These probably almost just about cooked. So we'll go ahead and add in some peppers at this point. Really, when it comes to the vegetables, it's as little or as many as you want on a sandwich. You don't like more meat to veg, that's fine too. That's your personal preference. For the way we like this, we want the onions to be a little bit more done, a little bit more caramelized. Good and soft. If you like a little bit more crunch to your vegetables, this would be a good place to stop. Finish it up. But I'm going to go ahead and cook this for a little bit longer and see if we can get some more color on these onions. Okay. Yeah. Alright. We're going to finish this up with a little bit of A1 sauce. And like you can see, the peppers are starting to dull a little bit in color, but they're not dead yet. So maybe, I'm going to say maybe a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of A1 sauce. Just to kind of glaze the whole thing a little bit. That was probably about 1, maybe almost 1.5. Well, I just did that one. Turn the heat off and then slap the lid on this. We'll show you how we finish it up. Over here we have our homemade deep fryer. We've got I think about 2 quarts of peanut oil in here. This is just a pot. Just an old pot. It's not Teflon coated or anything. Just fill it up a couple inches of oil, and I've got it on like about medium high. You could use a temperature or a thermometer. You probably want to fry it like 325, 350. I'll just kind of use my hand, but you could also just wet your fingers just a little bit, and you can hear the little pop that's going on with the grease. That means it's ready. Be careful, don't put too much water in there. Deep frying, it can be dangerous business. I never like to just plop things in the fryer, so I have this, what's called a spider. You can use any kind of maybe large spoon that you have that's got slots in it or something that's not going to melt in the oil, something metal, to just sort of gently lay it in your grease so that you're not splashing things about.
This is a bag of seasoned French fries from Tootsie.
Yeah. Just a little bit. General rule of deep frying is that when it floats, it's done. Something to keep in mind, especially if you're doing like raw meat of any kind. If it's not floating all the way, it's not done. French fries, you know, will float and they'll be done, but you might want them a little browner, so you can kind of let them float there, you know, for a minute or two, so you get the color that you want, a little more, if you like it a little more on the crunchy side. Alright, you can see the fries are floating, they're kind of golden brown, and really you can feel the crispiness with whatever your utensil is. You'll be able to tell a difference whenever they're done. We fry in peanut oil because peanut oil doesn't make your house smell like a deep fryer. It doesn't smoke as badly. It's got a bit of a higher smoking point, and we just found that to work best over something like a vegetable oil or whatever. It gets real smoky and stinky.
Just a plate lined with a couple paper towels.
Yeah, just to grab the excess grease. And just a little bit of seasoning salt, because Pals has converted us. A little bit of how we're going to dress this up. We got a nice sub roll, almost cut all the way through. We've got some lettuce, some mayonnaise, a little bit of vinegar with pepper rings, and we're going to warm up some of this cheese sauce to go on top of it. I'm going to fill up our roll here with some yummy goodness. It's about the only word.
Get a good shot of that goodness.
Isn't that pretty? Alright, slap a little bit of mayonnaise. This is, you know, personal preference, really. If you don't think you can handle that, you don't have to put mayonnaise on it. Really, dress it with whatever sounds good to you. This is just how we dress it up. I'll slap some of these mild pepper rings on there. Really kind of give it a nice vinegary bite. Finish with a little bit of lettuce. And you've got yourself one heck of a sandwich.
Fresh fries and we're in good shape.
Yep.
This is the kind of meal that's never going to make it to the table. Little bite. There we go. Super slow-mo. Seriously delicious sandwich. Never going to make it to the table. Done.